Hey everyone, welcome back. I want to tell you about the moment I realized I was standing outside my own daughter's 5th birthday party, in the cold, in the rain, because I couldn't go 20 minutes without hitting my vape. Inside, kids were singing happy birthday, my wife was cutting cake, and I was hidden around the corner of the house, clouds of vapor disappearing into the February rain, lying to myself that I could stop anytime I wanted. I started vaping to quit smoking. That's what everyone says, right? It's harm reduction. It's healthier than cigarettes. And at first it worked. I stopped smoking completely, felt better, could breathe easier. My wife was relieved. But I hadn't quit. I just switched. The vape was easier to hide. No smell, no ashtrays. I could hit it anywhere. And because it was healthier, I didn't limit myself. 10 puffs became 20. 20 became constant. I'd go through multiple pods a day, hitting it every few minutes, between emails, during phone calls, the moment I woke up, right before bed. My wife started noticing, "You're on that thing constantly." "It's not smoking," I'd say defensively. "It's just vape. It's fine." But it wasn't fine. I was more addicted to nicotine than I'd ever been with cigarettes. I'd panic if I forgot my vape at home, turn around mid-commute, feel genuine anxiety at the thought of being without it. I started ordering multiple devices as backups, planning my whole life around access to nicotine. My kids started asking questions. "What's that, Daddy? Why do you always go outside?" I'd deflect. "It's nothing, sweetie," teaching them to lie by my example. Then came my daughter's birthday party. February, cold, rainy, 20 kids inside, chaos. I needed a break, or so I told myself. Really, I needed nicotine. I slipped out the back door and pulled out my vape. I could hear the party through the walls, my daughter's voice. "Where's my daddy?" My wife's voice. "He'll be right back, sweetie." But I wasn't right back, because one hit led to another, standing in the rain like an idiot chasing a high that lasted 30 seconds. My wife found me. Didn't say anything at first, just stared. "You're missing your daughter's birthday party," she said quietly. "For that." "I was just taking a quick break." "You're an addict," she said, not angrily. Sadly, you can't go half an hour without it. You sneak around, you hide it, you lie about it. That's addiction. I wanted to argue, but she was right. "I want you to stop," she said. "Not cut back. Stop. Completely." "Okay," I said immediately. "I will." I lasted 4 hours. Because every time I tried to quit, the withdrawals were unbearable. Irritability, anxiety, headaches, craving so intense I couldn't think about anything else. I tried patches, bum, cold turkey. Nothing worked. 2 weeks later, my wife found my stash. 6 vapes hidden around the house. "You lied to me," she said. "You said you quit." "I'm trying," I said desperately. "It's harder than I thought." "You need help," she said. "Professional help." That's when she showed me what she'd been researching. Heavy metals, chemicals linked to lung damage, heart problems, an article about a 24-year-old who needed a double lung transplant because of vaping. "That could be you," she said, "and I can't explain to our kids why their daddy can't breathe anymore." The next Sunday, I went to church for the first time in months. The sermon wasn't even about addiction. It was about the body as a temple. The pastor read 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies." He talked about how we treat our bodies, what we put into them, whether we're honoring the fact that God dwells in us. "Some of you are slowly destroying the temple God gave you," he said. "Not with obvious sins, with habits you've convinced yourself aren't that serious." I felt convicted, not condemned, convicted. There's a difference. "Your body doesn't belong to you," the pastor continued. "It belongs to God. He made it. Christ redeemed it. The Spirit lives in it, and you're called to honor God with it." He asked a question that wrecked me. If Jesus lived in your house physically, would you invite him to do what you're doing to your body? Would I invite Jesus to stand in the rain with me while I vaped? Would I ask him to sneak around, lie to my family, damage his lungs for a nicotine fix? The answer was obvious. After the service, I talked to the pastor, told him about the vaping, the addiction, the failed attempts to quit. "Have you asked for help?" he asked. I hadn't, not really. I tried to white-knuckle my way through it alone because I was ashamed. He connected me with a doctor in the church who specialized in addiction medicine. The doctor was blunt. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances on earth, more addictive than cocaine. You're not weak, you're chemically dependent, and you need medical intervention. He prescribed medication to help with cravings, referred me to a smoking cessation program, connected me with a support group. This isn't about willpower, he said. It's about breaking a physical addiction, and you can't do that alone. I quit on March 15th, not because I woke up motivated, but because I finally had support. The first week was hell. The medication helped, but I still felt awful. My wife hid all my devices. I went to support group meetings 3 times a week. One guy said something that stuck with me. I spent more time thinking about nicotine than I spent thinking about my kids. That's when I knew it owned me. I realized that was me. I'd been a slave to a chemical, and 1 Corinthian 6:19-20 kept echoing. You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Christ had paid for my freedom, and I'd handed it over to nicotine. The second week was better. The third week, I started having moments where I forgot to even think about vaping. 3 months in, I could finally breathe properly again. 6 months in, my daughter said, "Daddy, you don't go outside all the time anymore." "Nope," I said. "I'm done with that." "Good," she said. "I like it better when you're here." So did I. It's been 14 months now. I still get occasional cravings, but they pass. And I remember, my body is a temple, not a chemical dump. Last month, I ran my first 5K since high school. 2 years ago, I couldn't run to the mailbox without wheezing. If vaping has its hooks in you right now, I want you to know 2 things. First, 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 is true. Your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. You were bought at a price. You're called to honor God with your body, and slowly destroying it with nicotine addiction isn't honoring Him. Second, you can't quit alone. Not with willpower. You need help. Medical help, community help, spiritual help. Talk to a doctor. Join a cessation program. Tell someone who can hold you accountable. Delete the apps, throw out the devices. Get serious about freedom. Nicotine is lying to you. It's telling you that you need it, that you can't function without it, that it's not that serious. But it is serious. Your life is being controlled by a chemical. You are not your own. You were bought at a price, and you're worth more than slavery to nicotine.
Thanks for watching. Here are today's reflection questions. What's one thing you're hiding from the people who love you most, and what would change if you brought it into the light today? If your body is truly a temple, what's one habit you need to address this week to start honoring that truth? Drop your thoughts about the story in the comments below. Your experience might encourage someone else facing the same choice. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real stories about faith, struggle, and freedom.